Okay, so yesterday we stopped at awk, right?
Yeah.
Now what we need to do is on the website on so what's going to happen is I'm going to split up the document here. The main document, it will have everything I'm putting in together, okay? But at the same time, you go open up Linux topics, and then you have this thing is gonna expand a lot. So I split a VI editor so that you could have it easily there. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, let's move forward on this one here. Okay, so now the next command I'm going to show you is uh, the execute command. Okay, there is an execute command you could use only with the find. Execute command. So this command works with, by the way, one of you confirm you could hear me?
Sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, and so let me show you how it's working, then I'll split that up. I'll break that up into, I'll explain that again how that works, okay? So what you have to do is there is a format or syntax. You have to do exec and then the command, and then whatever you want to do this here in the brackets, and the destination. Okay, all right, and this is how it closes the command. Okay, let me just do this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do ls. Okay, we have 3 files here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to go into this folder here, var tree, right? Okay, so I'm going to create a folder. mkdir-p. I'm going to do Linux 1. I'm going to do Red Hat, and I'm going to say CentOS. Okay, and I'll hit enter. I'll go in this folder and create a file. And I'm going to create a file name touch file x, okay, and hit enter. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the file, okay, and I'm going to give the name. So I'm going to find it in root -name and the name of the file, file X. Okay, then what I'm going to say is I'm going to say the execute command -exec, and then what I want to do is I want to copy this file. I'm going to give the copy command, okay, and then I'm going to do this brackets here, and where do you want to copy? I copy in this place, in this present. What does the period means? Present working directory. Do you agree with me? Period means present working directory. Okay. So I think I already showed you here. Okay, here always remember this thing's gonna come in handy a lot. A period means present working directory, and two dot means parent directory, one level up. Okay, so I'm gonna run this command, execute it, in the copy the file into present working directory, and this part is of syntax here. Okay, so this is the syntax, and this is the command, and this is the what you want to do with the command here. So if I hit enter, what will happen is this will search the file X into the entire directory, okay, and then it will copy in the present location. Okay, so let me do ls. There you go. It copied, it searched the file X, and then it did that for us here. Okay, so let's go into this directory and create a copy of file, create another file here, touch file Y. Okay, I'm gonna go back here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the inum. Oh, before that I need to find the ls-i and the file name. Okay, now it will. Okay, hold on, let me copy this here. Okay, so now if I do ls-i, it will give me the inode number. Okay, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do find and then I'm going to search it in root, and I'm going to give inum, and then what is the inum here? This is the number I'm going to give, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the rest of this command here. So if I do ls, I should see file y. There you go. Okay, there are a lot of uses of this execute command here. You could manipulate it as you want. So I'm gonna 1, 2. Okay, so this is -exec. Okay, and then we're doing copy, and then this is squiggly. There is no way around it, and then a period, and then this is the format here. Syntax. Destination, syntax, and cp command, and then execute command. Okay, let's find more examples here online and see what we come up with. Okay, so no. Okay, you know what I'll do is I'll find more examples which are going to be useful at this moment. I'll put it down in here. Okay, so let me just clear this. Okay, the next command I'm going to show you is alias. alias. Okay, what is alias? What you can do is you can create a shortcut for a command you're using. Okay, create a shortcut for a command you are using. Usually it's good if you have like a long commands in there. Usually good if you have multiple commands. So here I'm going to say pwd comma, I'm sorry, semicolon, echo, semicolon, who, semicolon, echo, semicolon, cal, semicolon, echo, semicolon, and then what else we have here? We have find inode stat zip. Let's do free hyphen h. Okay, so what is going to happen here is going to run all these commands simultaneously, right? So what you could do is you could just create an alias for the entire command here. Okay, so I'll show you how it works, and then you could create one. So I'll type alias, and then I'm gonna give the name Linux 1. Okay, Linux 1, then an equal, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type this in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit enter. So what happened next time is, can somebody guess what do I need to run all these commands?
Linux 1.
Exactly, very good. All you have to do is Linux 1 and it will run all those commands for you. There you go. Now what you could have is you could have bunch of commands, not one or two commands within a command. What it does for you is it will run it for you. You could pre-plan or pre-program all this, and then it will make your life easier. So if you want to come in your system and see if you get a system here, you want to start troubleshooting and you want to see what is going on, and then you want to run some of these commands anyway to see some output. All you do is create one, and then you type Linux 1, and then it will create one for you. Okay, so let me clear this. So what will happen is I'm gonna break this down here. Okay, one, two, command. Okay, so I'm gonna say
जफर भाई सलाम वालेकुम।
G.
जफर भाई कोई एक और एक फ़ोन आप ज्वाइन करना चाह रहे, एक दोस्त का फ़ोन आया, अपनी क्लास में ज्वाइन करना चाह रहे हो, डिटेल्स अगर दे दिए तो आपको फ़ोन कर रहे थे, बात कर लेते बोल रहा था।
I'm not getting any call.
आपको कॉल करना था, क्या नंबर पे करना है अभी?
773 on WhatsApp
हाँ,
only.
व्हाट्सएप पे अभी कोई करे, आपको तो नहीं आ रहा कॉल, या कोई नंबर पे आपके 1250 पे करे तो नहीं आया कॉल।
No, I don't see.
आपने उठाया बोल के बोल रहा था। ठीक है, मैं बोलता हूँ करो बोल के आपको
Okay.
कॉल करो बोला था मैंने।
Okay, and so this is the command you want to this here. So this is a to create an alias. Okay, and then name of the alias. It could be anything. You can make up anything. Okay, and then the commands you wanted to run as alias. Okay, I'm still not getting any call. Who's calling me? Do you know?
गालिबन यमीन है कि या कुछ ऐसी नाम है यमीनस.
Okay, give this number here 847.
एक मिनट अभी एक मिनट. 847. Sure.
Okay, all right, guys. Let's move forward here.
Zafar,
Yeah, go ahead.
what if we changed, let's say like for Linux, you know where Linux 1 is?
Yeah.
What if we made that to like a command that's already a command in Linux? Does that change the command in Linux or?
Very good. So let's do here. Let's take a look here. If you want to see if the command already exists, you type alias. Okay. By the way, these are all the alias. When we are typing CP, it's actually typing CP-I. When we're typing grep, it's actually typing this. When we type this, it's typing this. So where is our command here? Linux here, right? Let's go ahead and try to create our same command and then see what happens. I'm going to add something else in here. Echo. I'm going to type who. Okay. All right, guys, hold on. I'm getting a call here. Hello? G. Okay, sorry about that. So I wasn't expecting a call. So I'm gonna hit enter. So let's see what happens if he's gonna override it, okay? So what it did is it just didn't give it as an error message, but it did not add to it, did it? Yeah, it did add. It kind of overrode it. Okay, so here's the thing here. If you want to override this, you could definitely override the built-in command. But these are only the few of the built-in command, but don't mess with it. But create your own, and then you could add and expand and then delete the commands here, okay? So you could definitely override the command. So if you want to remove the alias, what do you have to do? You just have to type an alias and you type Linux 1. It will delete it for you. See, Linux 1 is gone. and you could have like hundreds of aliases in there. Go ahead and try. What will happen is it will actually, this will be setting you up for the shell script. Okay, you could create like a little shell script where you could have multiple commands running for you. Okay, so let's see here. And then I'm going to try Linux. Okay, it runs those commands for you. So you type unalias Linux 1, it will get rid of it. Okay. All right, good. So we are good. And let's see here. I talk about the echo command already, right? Echo. I talk about echo command, didn't I? Maybe not.
He talked about it for a month before.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So the echo command is there, right? So, all right. So now the next concept I'm going to talk about is uh, so there is a blank space. There is a blank space in Linux where if you have any errors coming up on the screen, right? When you run a command, if you want the errors to disappear, if you don't want to see the errors here on the screen, what you could do is you could send it to the blank space, okay, where all the errors goes in there and you don't even have to take a look here. You don't have to put the errors in the file. So it's called dev/null. This is considered a device. Okay, and it is built in blank space. Not same as recycle bin in Windows. Okay. Anything sent here will not be retrieved. Okay, so let me spell check that. So let me tell you what I mean here. Okay, so I have this command here, and in that command I have some raw garbage command here, right? In here I'm going to type something garbage here, and then I'm going to do here and run this command here, right? So when it's running that command right here, you see this error message in here. Error message is showing up on the screen here, right? If you don't want to see the error message, what you could do is what you could do is, see the error message is here, right? This is the error message. Okay, so how do you capture the error messages? I told you guys already, to capture the error messages you use the redirector, right? How do you use the redirector? Hello? Anybody?
0 greater than 1 less than, or 0 less than, 1 greater than, 2 greater than?
No, just 2 greater than.
Five.
That's it.
5.
Yeah, 2 greater than. Very good. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to run this command here, okay? Let me, okay, so this command, I'm after this. Hello? Can you guys go on mute, please? Please go on mute. Okay. So that error message, what I want to do is, I want to capture that error message, and then I'm going to send it to dev/null. Okay? And that error, oops. That error message is still showing up here. 2 greater than. Dev/null. All looks good to me. Okay, let me do this here. I'm going to type pdev. I'm going to type a wrong message here. I'm going to do 2 greater than /dev/null. Okay, so it's working here. Why is it not working there? Maybe I need to give,
You have,
yeah. No, it's still coming up. Yeah, you have a question?
ESK, the DKSJJ is in between the 2 echoes.
Yeah, I did that for purpose so that I could get an error message here. I did that on purpose. So it is supposed to filter out the errors here. But it's not doing that, so let me clear that. Okay, here's the error message, right? But if I type the same thing, 2 greater than /dev/null, it's not showing up here because it is capturing the error and filtering it out. So why is it not working with multiple commands? Let me take a look here. So I'm gonna say Linux. In there, I'm gonna add some error message in there, and then I'm gonna type Linux 1. So here on the bottom, I'm getting an error here, right? So let's see if I could do this. 2 greater than dev/null. Okay, yeah, it's filtering out now. So what you have to do is, it has to be a part of a single command. Okay. So let's see, I'm going to give you a good example here. ls, I'm going to search for a file which doesn't exist. Okay, so let me see which file doesn't exist. Find uh, find file, find hyphen num, name, and the name of the file is fx files. Okay, so it's not giving me the name here. Okay, so it gave me no such files or directory, right? If I do this, it's not gonna show the error here. So let's try it here. So I'm gonna do find file x file, and then I'm gonna say file 1, file 2. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter here. So yeah, see, it removed the error here. So it did find, it filter out the error and send it to the dev null here, which is a blank space. Okay, is that clear enough, or should I come up with some other message or some other way to explain this? Did you guys get the concept here, right? It filters out the errors.
Mr. Zafar, my alias isn't working, or I'm not doing it right.
Yeah, give me your team viewer.
The ID.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. It's not ready. Yeah, it's
Okay.
okay. I'm ready.
114 or 4. Yeah, 1 4 15
Mm-hmm.
96
96,
51
51,
16.
16. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and minimize your WebEx.
My WebEx.
Yeah.
It's on my phone.
Oh, okay. Good. And what is the password?
It's 6K
6K
74
74
BB.
B as in boy, B as in Victor.
B as in boy, B as in boy.
Oh, B as in boy, B. Okay. So I'm in. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Just type alias there and see what happens.
Alias.
Yeah. Yeah, and enter.
Huh?
Hit enter. Okay, so yeah, look at Linux 1 here. You don't have anything in there. So type alias space Linux 1 in there.
Linux 1.
Yeah, whatever you want to make it. Then equal. And then single quote. And then type the command in there. Type whatever commands you want.
That's it.
Yeah, okay. Now hit enter. Now type alias and hit enter. So it's there. So if you want to run it,
Okay.
just type Linux 1. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Okay, so let's see here. Next thing is we're going to talk about links. Okay, so I'm going to mute everybody here just a moment. We're going to talk about links, right? There are two type of links: hard link, and soft link. So let's talk about link. ln is the command. Okay, so let me explain what this is. Okay, so this is a link command. Okay, and a link is a duplicate copy of the original file. Okay, it can be present in multiple location. Okay, and linked file name can be different. Okay, and it also has a same inode. Okay, remember we worked, inode means like a fingerprint. Okay, fingerprint. And so this is a hard link. And so let's see here. I do ls, and I'm going to remove these files here. So I'll just deal with, I'm going to remove files rm-rf file asterisk. All the files are gone here. I'm going to create a file touch x file. Here. If I do ls, x file is there, ls hyphen I to know the inode x file. Okay, the file is there here, right? So let's see tree. Okay, I'm gonna delete these two files from this place. So cd linux red hat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I have this file here, right? X file. I'm going to copy this file, cp, not cp. Now I'm making a link file here, right? So how do I make a link file? All you have to type is ln command. And then where do I want to make a file? Okay, let me I'm going to create a file in this folder here. X file. And then I'm going to name it X file also. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open another term putty here. I'm going to right click and click duplicate. So I'm going to I'm logging in to this same session again. So now I'm going to go into this directory here. So you have the same exact file in here with the name here. So let's check the inode here. ls-i x file. Okay, and then we should have the same inode for this file here in a different location. So if you look at the inode file 167.97818. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this link file in one more place, and then I'm going to give it a different name. I'm going to put it in the Red Hat folder, and then I'm going to give Y file. Linked name can be different, right? This is oh, I'm doing CD. Okay. This is how you get hung up sometimes. Okay. So I'm going to open another duplicate terminal session, root, Red Hat is my secret password. Let me go into this folder here. I do ls and I see a file named Y file here, right? If I do ls-i Y file, and you see the inode is the same exact inode 167.97818. Okay, is that confusing enough, or somebody tell me you didn't get it so far?
What is the purpose of doing this?
I'm coming to it. So we create the file here, and then I create another file in this directory here.
Should we close the duplicate sessions or keep them open?
Keep them open.
Okay.
Linked in different directory. Okay, and it got the same inode number, right? So okay, can you go on mute, please? Okay, I'm gonna say same inode number. Okay, and LinkedIn. Linked in a different directory with different name. Okay, everybody with me so far?
Any real-time example for this?
Yeah, hold on, I'm coming there. I'm coming. Real-time example is the entire operating system. This is, you probably have heard that when you're installing some applications, there are some system files that are being used by multiple applications, right? That's when the links comes in. Okay, so I'm getting there. Okay, so all right. So, but look at the inode number. You got a same inode number here, right? The name is different, but the inode number is same here. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, so if I do ls here, if I do a vix file, and if I'm gonna add something here, so what will happen now is, if you update a file in one location, and if you cat file y, it updates here too. Okay, and if you do the same here, cat x file, it updates here too. So one of the use case for the links is when you are updating a DNS file. We'll learn about DNS later on. When you update a file in one location, it updates wherever that file is being used throughout your ecosystem. Okay, so you have like multiple services. Anybody know about DNS or heard of it? So we'll talk about that later here. So here's the thing. If you update one file here, it's going to get updated everywhere. Okay, that's what this link is used for. Okay, so what will happen if I delete from one location?
From all locations.
Hello? I'm going to delete here. So what will
Deletes all
happen?
of them.
No, it won't delete all of them. That's the thing. So I'm going to kill this file here, rm -rf. X file here, right? So the file is gone, but the file is still is still in the other locations here. You could do cat x file, still there. Cat y file, still there. Okay, so this is good when you're creating a backup also. Okay, this is also good when we are creating a backup also. So I'll show you later down the course here how the backups work and all those things using the linked file. So, oh shoot, I forgot to show you one thing here. Oh god, I should have showed this here. But here, just look at this file here, stat y file. Okay, and now here stat x file. Since both links are same exact links here, you would give the message here link to. You got two links here. I should have showed you before I deleted it. It should have been 3 links here, and the inode is same exact inode as this one here. Okay, and whenever it gets updated and all that, all this information gets updated. Okay, and it says a regular file here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search using the inode here. Okay, find, and then inode inum. You should find the 2 files here.
Spelling of find is wrong.
Okay, yeah. So it found 2 files with the same inode number. Now you know why the inode, why you use it using the inode number here, right? It has a 2 different name. So, you know, when you go like the fingerprints, you could have a different name. You could have many names, but your fingerprints have only one ID here, right? So when they run your fingerprints in the system, it will come up with, it cannot be more than one person. It could be just one. So this is what the fingerprint of the file is, okay? So when you're doing some troubleshooting, you run the inode number here and run it in the system and see, oh, this file is, it got so many links here. So based on that, you do further troubleshooting. Okay, so updating, deleting. If the link is deleted in one location, the linked copy is still available. Okay, so let me go ahead and copy this stuff. I don't have to show you guys the editing part, right? Cat, might as well do it here. Cat file X. Okay, I want to know what I'm doing here, like copying all these commands. Is that helping you guys or it's not necessary?
Yeah, it's good. We can take a copy of it form
What helps?
outside the notes.
So it's a good idea, right? Okay.
Yeah, for referring for the future.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing this ever since I have this here. And I'm going to save it here, right? Okay. Now let's move on. Let's see here. We're going to do a next command. Next concept is soft link. We have hard link and soft link. Okay, soft link. So the command for soft link is ln -s. Okay, so this is soft link. Soft link is considered as shortcut. What did I put down here? Duplicate. Okay. So yeah, but this one, the soft link is considered as a shortcut to the file. Okay. And soft link is also known as symbolic link. Link or sim link. Most of the time at your job, people will ask you for what's the sim link. When there's a sim link, that means soft link or symbolic link. Okay, and while creating symlink, you have to provide absolute path of the source file. And inode number is different. From the original file. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to minimize the other places. I'm going to clear this. I do ls here. So I'm going to create a file name touch file s file and hit enter. And I will do ls-i s file. So it is this file here. You got an inode number here, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create also the inode number is different. Also the name has to be different. You cannot have a same name and then same link, okay? So how are you going to do the create a symbolic link? Here you do ln hyphen S stands for symbolic link, and then the location of the file root, and then the file name, and then now the location you want to create a file.
The next one here.
Yeah. Go ahead. You got a question?
I am saying the location is Linux one we are creating. In Linux one we are creating.
Yeah. So here, this part you don't have to give the absolute path. You could give the regular path.
Linux one okay.
Okay, and I'm gonna hit enter. Okay, and now I'm gonna go into a different. I'm gonna clear this. I'll do ls, and now this says it's in different color. Symbolic link also shows in different colors. The moment you see a link which is a little bit different color than what it is, then you could tell confidently that this is a symbolic link. You could do ls hyphen l, and it's telling you that it gives you this information also, that this is a symbolic link to this file. And if you do ls hyphen I, and definitely the inode is going to be totally different. Okay, so let me just copy this stuff here. And then if I delete the file here, I'm going to remove S file. Okay, I'm gonna go VIS file in there. Okay, this is okay. Matter of fact, let me just copy the whole thing here. So one of the reason we use putty is you could copy and paste it in here. Okay, if it was the other directly logging in, you wouldn't be able to copy and paste. And if you do cat s file here, okay, and if you hit enter, you have all the information in there. You know what, I think I misspoke here. Yeah, you don't have to have a file name different, but most of the time you prefer it to keep a different file name. But if you don't, it's okay too. Okay, so what else? I think that's about it for the links here.
Real-time usage of this example.
The usage?
Yeah, real-time example for this.
Oh yeah, a lot. So if you have like a hard link, it's actually creating the link say duplicates, right? Duplicates means it's using the disk space. Sometimes a file size could become in gigabytes. There will be some databases that there will be in the gigabytes, terabytes. So instead of having that, what you will have is you will just have a soft link here, and it will be the same information, right?
Yes.
So to save the space, that's why you use it here.
The purpose is to save the spaces.
Let's go into one folder here, cd ls. Let's go into the boot folder, see what happens in there. is a bad example. Okay, so there are some system files which are using a lot of symlinks here. Okay, look, all these are symlinks. So to save some disk space, it's using the interdependent files here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, those things are beyond the scope of this. Those are more for if you want to create your own operating system, then you mess around with it. Okay, so let's see here. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do ls. I'm gonna remove s file here. Before that, let me make sure I copied everything. Yeah, I don't need to copy the content, right? It's self-explanatory here. So if I remove the file, and if you do ls here, and it will give you, if something is highlighted like this is a good indication that the link is broken. This is a broken link. Okay, we are not done yet. So we looked only for the files here. What about the directories? Okay, you could definitely have the directories too, but the link hard link for the directories is not allowed. The system will not allow the hard link directories. Hard link. So in the interview, they will ask you a trick question. How do you create a hard link for a directory? Okay, they are testing you. So you should say you cannot create a hard link for a directory. Hard link are not allowed for directories. Okay, let's see. Let's try to create a directory here. ls mkdir hard link hard dir. Okay, so I'm going to create ln, and you have to give the full path here, root hard link, and then where am I going to create this? I'm going to create in Linux and Red Hat CentOS folder here. Okay, it says hard links are not allowed for directories. Okay, there you go. Okay, and what about the soft link? Soft link for the directories are allowed. So you can create soft link for the directory. Okay, you have to provide absolute path. You have to provide absolute path. Inode will be inode inode will be same. Okay, inode will be same for soft link. Okay, soft link directories inodes will be the same as opposed to soft link files. That's a trick question. Yeah, go ahead.
Soft link files में soft link I
Yeah, go ahead.
files में soft link in the files soft link inode is different, right?
Yes,
Okay, here the reverse.
it's backwards. Yeah. Okay, so well, I'll tell you why here. Inode will be same same for symlink as original directory. And then content will be the same. Okay, and if the original directory is deleted, it's useless. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear this. And I'm gonna do -s here. Okay, so I'm gonna hit enter. So I'm gonna go into the CentOS folder here. I'm gonna do ls-l, and you have a hard directory name, hard dir, and it's connected to this directory here. Okay, so let's go into this directory here and put some files in there. Touch file 1, file 2, file 3. You got 3 files in there. If you do can you do cd in that drive? Yeah, you do pwd and you do ls. You got the same files here as in here. Okay, so here's the difference here. You could definitely delete around and do a lot of all your work, whatever you can. So this is again being used to save the disk space. And if you look at the cd dot dot, if you do stat hard link, and then I'm gonna go okay, so it's telling you the link. You got 2 links here, which is true, and look at the inode here. It's the same exact fingerprint as the original one. Everything is same. Okay, so okay. Now I'm gonna exit out of all these extra sessions. By the way, if you have like multiple windows, what is it considered? The official term is called session. If you type who, you could see you are logged into 3 places here. If you do a duplicate, I think I already showed you, right? If you do duplicate again, root, red hat, and if you do who again, it's telling you. So each of this is a session here. It's called session. Alright, so now that concludes the basic commands here, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another copy here, and then when I put it online, it will be basic commands in one section here, okay? But everything else will be in this document here, main document. If you go to the course website, this will be a main document here. You will have everything from the beginning of this class. It will usually swell into 200 pages, okay, by the time we are done. And then here I put down VI editor. Then today I'm gonna put everything in the main document and then split this up, and I will have the command separately so that you would have an easy access to it, okay? All right, good. So next thing we're gonna come up here is I'm gonna clear this, and let's talk about the directory structure. Directory structure. Okay, so let me clear this. Your in PWD, this is your home directory here. But if you do cd slash, this is the root, and it has all these files in there, okay? File in the sense files and folders. I'm gonna get rid of this here. This is not the original place for this to be in. That was just a demo. So let's see how this is directory structure is. If you do ls-l, you cannot go anything beyond this. You cannot go anywhere backwards. This is where everything starts. Linux starts from the slash, which is also called the root. So I do ls-l, and it has all these directories in here, okay? So let's go through each one together. So the very first one is, this is the root directory. And this is the topmost directory. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay. Okay, yeah, I like this. Okay, so we have this root, and then we have bin, boot, dev, etc. So we have all this here: bin, boot, dev, etc, home, and lib64, and you have a bunch of this here. So this picture is probably old here. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, bin, boot, dev, etc, home, lib64, media, mnt, opt, and boot. Rock. Yeah, no, this is not accurate. Okay, let's stick with this one here. Okay, so let's go to the very first one, all the way on the top here, very top, root. Okay, so this is where the operating system starts. So slash root is a topmost directory here, and this is a root directory. And this is, so what are the other two things which is referred to as root in the Linux? Anybody?
Dot and double dot.
No.
The squiggly. The
No,
little
no, I'm saying what are the two items are which are things which are referred as root?
You're talking about the tilde.
No. I may be confusing you.
Is it the home directory?
Yeah, whose home directory?
Uh, the root account's home directory,
Yes,
and
the
then
root itself.
the slash itself.
Yes. Slash itself, root, and root user. All three are referred
Yes.
to as root. Right here, root is a administrator. I'm logged in as root here. Look at this, it says root. Whoever name is gonna be there is gonna be their root. And this part is also root. And if I go here and if I do pwd, and this is the root directory too. So there are three things which are referred to as root. Okay, so don't tell me why I'm doing this. That's how it is. Okay, good. So now we are learning a lot. I'm going to clear this ls-l. So you have all these directories here. If you delete one of these directories here, it may have some delete protection, but as a these are permissions here, so we're going to go deep into permissions later on. But as a root admin, as a root user, you would have a lot of a lot of access to almost everything. Delete. If you run this rf hyphen rm and the asterisk, I want you all, I want you everybody to do this after the end of this class here, okay? I get a kick out of it. Try deleting stuff in there and see what happens. But yeah, so this is a very dangerous command. I'm telling you, rm-rf and asterisk deletes everything. So, but we'll see. Some of these directories might have some protection, but it may go on and delete some folders too. Okay, so now let's see here. This is slash, and then this one here it says bin. It is actually a redirecting to this directory here. So this is a symbolic link for this directory. So slash bin. So if you go into bin, cd bin, and if you do ls, so these are all the commands we do in here. All the commands which we are doing or running is coming from here. These commands are written in binary. Okay, so let's see here the command we are using all the time. Okay, see alias is sitting here. It is executing from this place here. How's that? Okay, and awk. Okay, cat. Okay, we got a lot of other commands. Chh. We're gonna go through a bunch of other commands here. Cron job, cron tab, and tmessage, dd, expand. Don't worry about it. You have a lot of time to go through this, but I'm not going to show you all of them. But so this directory, it holds, it contains the binary user commands. Binary user means any single user who's, anybody who's using it, that's what it's called. Officially, it's called binary user. And I think let's cat this here. Cat. Okay, so it's actually running a script here. We'll go deeper into what scripts are later on, not now. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Okay, next I'm gonna go into boot. Next is a boot directory, right? So /boot. So this contains system bootable file. If you delete anything in there, the system will collapse. So you need to have this. Now the second one is dev. What does dev contains? It contains all the devices information. So all the hard drive, the USB, and all those devices are sitting in here. Okay, we'll go over that when time comes in. And the etc/etc folder, it contains all the configuration file. Okay, and then what is the after /home? It contains the home directory of a regular user. Okay, so let me see if I could show you an example. I have this one more server sitting up somewhere else. So if I log in as Zafar Red Hat, and if I do pwd, this is except root is going to be slash home slash root. Everybody else going forward is going to be home, then whatever the name is. If you have like 1,000 users, all those directories going to start with home slash and then the username. Whatever the user ID is going to match that. Okay, so we'll worry about that a little later. Okay, so lib and lib64. So all these are slash lib and slash lib64. So it has the system, it contains system library files. Library files. So these are the files shared by application. Okay, yeah, we're not worried about it too much. There are so much stuff in Linux, we're not worried about it because this is beyond the scope. I don't even know what some of the stuff are in there, but that's what the whoever is releasing, they go around and mess around and change things in there. It's called distro. And media, so media is unused. Okay, it's if you want you could use it, but I think it's not being used at all. Okay, then after that it's MNT. This is used to this directory is blank and used for mounting devices. Example, CD drive, USB drive, and hard drives. Okay, yeah, right now don't worry about this, we'll go deep into this, what it means. And then after that is OPT. Okay, OPT, so if it contains third-party application files. Example, Oracle, SAP, what else? Databases, and etc. Any application which may be running, it will come and sit in there. Okay. And what do we have? Proc. Okay, proc is, it contains the memory information here. So right now, whatever the process is happening in memory, it is in proc. So these are all the processes which are running in the memory here. So it holds all that information right now which is running in the memory. Okay, so we'll come here when we try to do some troubleshooting for the proc. Other than that, we should be good. active memory information. Or you could call system processes. Okay, and let me go back. Okay, after proc is root. I don't have to explain you what root means is, okay? Yeah, you got a question? Okay, and what do we got? sbin /sbin. It contains root user commands. Okay, some commands are reserved only for root here, right? A regular user may not be able to run some commands, so all those things are sitting in sbin. Yeah, these are some of the good root user commands. We'll come back again. Okay, and okay, I missed run. Run directory is not being used. Unused. Okay, and after that has been, right? I already did has been, and so /srv. So it is used as needed during system protocol use. There are protocols like FTP, HTTP, SFTP, DNS. Okay, we'll go through most of this, not all of them, and I have all this in my curriculum here. Okay, and then what next is /sys. Okay, /sys will be I think it's unused. Okay, we're not worried about that. Temp is a temporary folder to keep the files, temporary files in there. Okay, temp folder is to keep temporary files, and a regular user have access to it. If somebody asks you to give you the file information, if they need some data, what you do is you copy that and put it in a temporary folder and tell that person that you put it in a temp folder, and they will pick it up from there. Okay. Okay, and /usr. So it contains backup of some system files. system files and folders. Okay, backup of from system files and folders uh, containing optional commands. There may be some commands we probably have. I think the tree command, right? Oh, actually, it's keeping the backup of some commands here. It's not keeping backup of everything. Okay, I'm not worried about it too much. And the last one is var. Okay, it contains the system logs. Okay, this will be in the interview. This will be in the interview that what does a var directory contains? It contains system logs of the system itself and then the application. Okay, so today we are done for today. So I want everybody to do a group practice if you could.